stem cells.
Hi there, I'm Rachel and I'm an MS reporter. I've had relapse-remitting MS for nearly 10 years now. I'm here at the Blizzard Institute in London to speak to Professor Gavin Giovannoni. I want to hear his views on the decision that the UK drug regulatory body, NICE, has finally given the go-ahead for the drug Ocrelizumab or Ocrevus to be used to treat those people with primary progressive MS. This is a very important news because it's the first treatment that will actually target them. Is this news has been called a landmark decision? Do you agree with that?
Yes, it is landmark in the sense that this is the first treatment for primary progressive disease, and if you ask anybody who has primary progressive disease, they will tell you they feel neglected. There's been very few trials, and even the trials have been quite small, and so this is the first positive trial in primary progressive disease, so it's the beginning of a journey. So once you get a new treatment in the space, then other companies and other strategies get tested. So it's like the beginning. For the primary progressive, it's like the interferon beta. It's their first treatment. That's very exciting. I should caveat a little bit because not everybody can get it. It's not an open invitation for all people with primary progressive disease. It's based on the European label. And it'll be restricted to people with what they call active inflammatory primary progressive disease. And so these are people that have evidence mainly based on MRI scan of new inflammatory activity, new lesions. And the way we determine that is by doing 2 scans separated by a period of time. Now most of us would say those scans need to be within a 2-year period. So a baseline scan and a new scan to see new lesions. Or you can use the contrast agent, which is called gadolinium, and if those lesions light up, it means they're actively inflamed. So people have to have primary progressive disease with inflammatory activity on the MRI scan, and they'll be eligible for that.
For those watching with primary progressive, or those that have a loved one with primary progressive, what's the key takeaway from this news?
Key takeaway message for somebody with primary progressive disease or their family is that there's now a treatment available. You may not be eligible for that treatment, but to be assessed, you need to contact your neurologist or your MS clinical nurse specialist, and if you don't have one, you need to get referred into the system. Whether or not you're eligible is not the point. You need to be assessed because there are lots of other things we can do to manage progressive MS, and you may be eligible for new trials. So whatever happens, get yourself assessed as well.
Basically, this is good news, isn't it, for people with primary
Very
progressive?
good news. I mean, it's been a long time coming. Ocrelizumab has been available in some parts of the world for primary progressive disease now for over 2 years. So we've got a delay, and 2 years of lack of access to it's like anything in MS. Time is brain and spinal cord, I'd say. So these people have been smouldering away with their MS, acquiring more and more disability, and so the unnecessary delay.
Hi, I've just finished chatting with Professor Giovannoni and just got his take on news that Ocrevus is for the first time going to be available for those people with primary progressive MS. I think the key takeaway today was that if you do have primary progressive MS, is to make sure you get to your neurologist, you get assessed, and you get yourself in this system to make sure that you might be eligible for this drug. Let us know in the comments section below if you've enjoyed this video, or if there's any way this can help you or perhaps some of your loved ones with the disease. And if you found this video helpful, please check out the rest of our videos and subscribe. Thanks for watching.